Gary Germain,
Yes.
30 years.
Yeah.
Tonight, 30 years. Can you believe it?
It's hard to believe it when you read all the names and the inductees from 2000 to 2025, And for anything to last 30 years, it's remarkable. And there's been a lot of great stops along the way. So, yeah, I can believe it.
You inherited the position from our great
Well, I was
Cecil Lear.
selected. I wasn't just thrown in there. But, yeah, I inherited it.
Yeah, inherited.
Yeah.
So here we are, 5 years later now? 5 years later?
No, it's over 10.
You kidding? No, it can't be 10.
2018 is when I became. So we're at 8 years. Yeah, 26.
Yeah, but when did we lose Cecil?
We lost him in 2022.
Yeah, so 3 years ago then.
He passed away 3 years ago.
No more Cecil.
Correct. Yeah.
And so how do you feel it's gone since you took over?
Well, so like everything, you start at the beginning, right? So Cecil was worried about his legacy being carried on. He was about 85 or 84 at that time. And Bob was still not on the board, but active with Cecil about the East Coast Hall of Fame. And Bob was pretty adamant about having to make a switch as president, so there was continuity, forward thinking, everything. And I had just resigned from New Jersey Hall of Fame as president, got that going. That was a start from the ground up and everything. And I get this phone call from Bob and Cecil asking if I would consider being president. And you know how some things just happen in life, the segue's meant to be, and you don't say no to Cecil either.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Bob called me and vetted me on Christmas Day in Tortola, where I was surfing. And, I love Cecil. I've known him since I was a little kid on the beach. And it just seemed perfectly natural and normal. So from that point forward, there was a plan put in place to slowly re-energize, rebrand, and bring the East Coast Hall of Fame into current times. And that's where we're at now. And you know the changes.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think you must be happy where we're at.
Well, at the dinner the other night, I told everybody if Cecil was here, he'd be in tears. Yeah, so I'm really happy where we're at. The board is outstanding. You guys have been here all along on not the outside of periphery, but you know everything. So the board's fantastic. I don't have a micromanagement style. I like putting people in the right place. Yeah. So, David, Bob, Sharon, Jim, now CJ, Ricky, Carol. You couldn't ask for a better group. They make my job easy. I get credit for some stuff, but it's them that drive everything.
Well, and they're a great crew from the point of view of mental input, from point of view of making the decisions you have to make.
Oh, sure. I mean, we have our discussions, but at the end, the ship sails the right way.
Right, but There's no ill feeling. That's what's great.
Yeah,
Stuff gets said, and that's part of the process.
We won't talk about what gets said, so, but it's always the right thing. So, but we go back a ways and have connections which nobody understands with certain sports teams, which you won't get into. But we're just some of those people that love to root for the underdog, I guess. Which for sure we all are.
So, are you looking forward to tonight, 30th anniversary?
I am, in that. It took a couple of years for me to get acclimated and then make this pivot. So in 2020, my whole mantra to the entire board was that, yeah, fine, this is the best one ever, but 24 has got to be the best one ever. 26. So,
well, like you said earlier today, the next one's got to be better than the last one.
Yeah. And, if you stop still, you're dead. So, but there's some great things coming down the pike, which we can't talk about yet, that may come into fruition. If they happen, we can't compete with the Huntington Beach Walk of Fame as far as caliber of surfing, but as an organization...
But yes, you can. It's just there's a different status of who the people are. That's the difference.
Right. But we will have some things in place if it works out that'll truly make the East Coast Hall of Fame stand out. And we'll all be great for that. A lot of hard work. So,
well, we'll be there tonight. This guy will be doing the opening. He is our chairman. The president, actually,
El Jefe,
and doing a great job in the honor of our great Cecil Lear.
Yeah.
See you there tonight.
Be there.